Okay, so good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Saturday coffee hour, and we're so glad to have all of you here this morning. And I'm going to start with just a 10 slide PowerPoint just to set the stage. And I want to reinforce the simplicity of our business. We have so many trainings and so many events and so many Facebook groups and lots of things that are happening. We have one-on-one coaching and team trainings and lots of things, but it really is such a simple business. So if we get to the basics, then you'll just your business will start to soar. And remember that with our business model, it's really all about heart. It is a heart business. We get into troubles when we get into our heads. And I was there years ago. I've been a coach for 15 years now. But when I first started, I was in my head all the time. And by that, I mean that I was always thinking what people were going to think of me. Um, and now my mindset has completely changed. My mindset is knowing that I am saving people's lives, knowing that I'm transforming people's lives, that I am creating amazing opportunities for the people that join us in our business model. So it's a shift. So if you get into your heart and you just share what we have, it's just magical. So let's see, I'm advancing here. So I love showing this slide because this is our business on one slide. Identify your reason for having become a coach. Why do you get up every morning and, share this with others? Um, for me, it's the mission of saving people's lives, of improving their lives in so many ways, whether it's mentally, physically, financially. Determine your schedule. Honestly, this business does not have to take very long, but you have to determine the amount of time that you have to devote to your business. And then you need to be consistent with that. Create a share list. When you first get started, who are the first 5 to 10 people that you would like to share our program or our business model with? Who are those 5 to 10? And once you share with those 5 to 10, then expand your list to the next 5 to 10. Craft your story and share it often. Your story should only be about 60 seconds, not very long at all. And then you want to start conversations, as you're out and about. Um, Everywhere you go, let people know what you do. But conversations is all about asking questions of the person you're talking to first, getting to know them before we get into telling them what we do. If we show interest in someone else, they're going to show interest in us. Invite to a health assessment or a business explore. That's what we're doing. You're not getting into conversation when you're out and about and then spewing everything you know about our program or our business model. You are simply um, starting a simple conversation that can then lead to a health assessment or a business explore as you get to know that person better. And then follow up. And when they're ready, you start them up and coach them. So, what determines if we're successful in a business like this? Motivation is key. If you're not motivated to work this, if you're not motivated to climb our business model, our business ladder, then it's probably not going to work. If you show up with a negative mindset or a mindset of constant fear instead of excitement, turn that fear into excitement, then it's probably not going to work. The skills we can teach you, the skills are not difficult. And then getting into action is so important. Um, so these are the 6 steps of taking someone from a candidate to a client or to an Optavia coach, because we get paid to coach clients, and we get paid to develop, train, and support coaches. So those are the 2 income producing activities. So you want to identify who are the people that you would like to share our program or our business with. And then you want to approach them. The approach is very short. It might be picking up the phone. It might be messaging them on Messenger. It might be that, meeting them in the grocery store or talking to the person that's checking you out at Best Buy. So the approach is very short. The presentation is a separate event. That's where you're inviting them to a health assessment or a business explore. And if they're ready, you start them up and you begin coaching them. If they're not ready, you follow up and then start them up when they're ready. The cornerstones of our business are really important. And again, they're not difficult. It takes about 8 to 12 hours a week to build to executive director. And I'm going to show you what the income is for an executive director. So it only takes about 8 to 12 hours a week. The time that you fit into the nooks and cranny. So it's important to make a decision. Your decision is everything. I'm going to make this business work for me. I'm going to improve the well-being of my family. I'm going to be successful in this business model. And then lead with your health. If your waistline is going in the wrong direction, people are going to notice. And how attracted are they going to be by our lifestyle program if your health is not going in the right direction? So you want to lead with your health, because that becomes an important part of your story. You want to get yourself integrated, get on the trainings, get plugged in. We have 4 big rocks every week. We have the 2 calls on Monday night, and then we have our Habits of Health call on Wednesday. The first part is more educational. The second part of the Wednesday is transformational stories and a soft touch on the business. So you want to get yourself integrated, because that's where you learn, and that's what you find out what's happening in the company. Dr. Anderson spends 30 minutes every Monday plugging us in and letting us know what's happening. You want to work closely with your support team. Pat and I have a big organization, and we don't always know who wants to move forward because we're working with a lot of people at the same time. So if you're ready to move forward, we're ready to roll up our sleeves and help you. So work with your support team, reach out. Some of you have other leaders that you're working with. Get your schedule dialed in and work it every day. It might be your social media posts. It may be working your 5 to 10 people on your list. It may be getting on that training that is going to be so helpful. And then your monthly action plan. We actually have a formal sheet that we use, a form on your monthly action plan, so you can continue to move forward and to be successful in this business. So as an Optavia coach, executive director is 20 to 25 active clients. And you can see the income from that. It's about, it's a little bit over $2,000 a month. Who do you know that could benefit from $2,000 a month? Most families that would make a tremendous difference. Could be a mortgage payment. It could be a mortgage payment and a car payment. And it doesn't take a lot of effort to develop to executive director. It takes time, it takes the skills, it takes the consistency, but this is not a 60-hour a week job. Again, it's 8 to 10 hours a week, divided over, 5 to 7 days. And what if you developed a team? The incomes can get really big. Now they can be full-time incomes that allow people to be able to stay home with their children or give up a corporate job that's eating them alive. So many wonderful things can come of developing a vibrant business that is producing income-wise. We have amazing tools available. We didn't have them a year ago, but Pat and I and Greg Rex and a few other coaches created this new Coach Basic Training Center. If you're a member, you can go in and you can invite your coaches to be a part of it. If you're not a member, let one of us know and we can add you to this. But it's, the steps are all there, and it's really a powerful basic training center. So that's a great way for new coaches to get started. And then the other tool that we have is what we call Fast Track to Freedom. So this is all about using social media as the connector. And, if you're a stay-at-home mom or you're hunkered down at home because of COVID and other fears of getting out and about, the Fast Track to Freedom is just a game changer. And we're going to hear from some people this morning that are using the Fast Track to Freedom and having tremendous success with it. So utilize the tools. Again, game changers and very, very simple. Again, if you're a member, you can invite your coaches. If you're not a member, reach out to Pat or myself and we can add you. So the stuff that matters in being successful in our business, I mentioned your why, why you're showing up every day, why you made the decision to become a coach, sharing your story, that sense of mission, helping people create vibrant health and add years to their life. And then you want to touch your business daily. It's better to do a little bit every day than, everything on a Saturday. Touching your business every day is so important. Consistency, leveraging social media, shifting that mindset from fear to excitement. I get a little frightened when I do these trainings on Saturday because I'm not sure. I want to add value to people, but I'm not sure who will show up or whether there'll be any participation, whether people will like what they hear. Again, we'll get the value. But instead of feeling fearful, I'm excited to get on. I'm excited to share and help others move along. getting your spouse on board can be really important. Maybe they're not active in coaching, but they can be, doing the laundry or the dishes or, taking care of the kids or taking the dogs for a walk while you're listening to the Monday night calls. There's so much that a spouse can do. And then again, the confidence skills and having fun. Make sure that you have fun. It's so important. And I'm going to end with this. Simon Sinek, you see his best-selling book here on the left, Start with Why. I was mentioning his name to Dr. Anderson one day on a leadership call that Pat and I were on. And Wayne got really excited. He went in the other room and he came back with his notes because he read this book. And it was one of the reasons why the why became so important in our business model. So the title is How Great Leaders Inspire Everyone to Take Action. So start with your why. And this slide or this picture on the right is a picture of one of Wendy Becerra's clients and coaches. His name is Jeff. Jeff was really, really ill for a number of years and was told by his cardiologist that his heart was so bad that he literally needed to sit in a recliner or on the sofa. And he did that for 3 years, watching a lot of television. He was on disability. And Wendy got Jeff healthy. He lost 114 pounds in 8.5 months. He was able to get off his disability. He was able to get off of 14 prescription drugs. He was able to reduce his drug co-pays from $1,100 a month to $25 a month. That's saving money. And once he got off the sofa, because Wendy helped him so tremendously with his health, he built this play yard for his toddler. He designed it. He went to Lowe's, he bought all the material, and he built it. He wasn't able to do that before Wendy shared this program with him. So again, the power of what we have in our hands. And I never want anybody to underestimate that. Saving lives is what always comes into mind for me. So thank you very much for your attention.